The woman accidentally got hit by a car and died. When she opened her eyes again, she found that she had transformed into a princess of a kingdom. What was even more absurd was that her character was a villain in a game. According to the game's plot, she not only killed the maids who served her but also forced her younger brother to kill their mother with his own hands. Using the power of a queen who could foresee the future, she relentlessly tormented the main characters of the game. Pride couldn't believe she had become such an evil princess. In her past life, she was gentle and kind, but now, everything had changed. At that moment, Pride remembered that although she had just awakened her ability to foresee the future, she hadn't seen her father's death coming. However, with the memories of her past life, she knew everything. In a panic, she called out to her father, but he thought she was just greeting him. Pride realized this was going to be difficult to fix. She climbed up to the window, which startled the maids. If the princess got hurt, they would all be killed. As they tried to stop her, she ordered them to stay away. They couldn't disobey her, so they stood frozen. Her father, seeing what she was doing, was shocked. He didn't understand why his daughter wanted to jump. Pride told him not to get in that carriage, the wheels were broken, and an accident would happen on his way to see her mother. Then, a strong gust of wind blew, and Pride thought she was going to die. But just then, a pair of hands caught her. It was one of the servants, disobeying orders to save her life. After hearing her warning, her father ordered a check on the carriage's wheels, which put Pride's mind at ease. However, her crisis wasn't over. The head maid knelt down, apologizing for the servant's actions. She explained that the servant was an orphan and begged Pride to forgive him. Pride finally realized why the maids were so afraid. They were terrified because she had always been cruel and merciless to them. She had killed many maids, and firing them was the lightest punishment. But now, to their surprise, this terrifying princess was crying. The maids had no idea what had happened. Pride's father entered and asked if she was hurt or if the servant had done something to her. Pride explained that the servant hadn't done anything wrong and that everything was her fault. For the first time, Pride understood the terror that came with power. With just one word, she could decide someone's life or death. No matter what, she didn't want to become the princess from the original plot. A month passed quickly. Her father told Pride to prepare herself. There were many things she needed to learn as the heir to the throne, but he reassured her not to worry, as he had already adopted a son, who would assist her in ascending the throne. After hearing this, Pride suddenly remembered that the adopted brother actually hated her and even wanted to kill her. She couldn't recall much else. As for the recent changes in the princess, the maids no longer feared her as they once did. To them, Pride now seemed gentle and kind, and they believed it was because of her newly awakened ability to foresee the future. Pride frowned when she heard this. After all, these changes were due to her own actions. In the original story, the princess became more evil after awakening her foresight ability. She then remembered that in the original plot, after her father died, her mother committed suicide from grief. But now both of them were still alive. Pride felt that the plot could be changed, but for now, the most important thing was that today, her father would introduce her to her adopted brother.